Been a weird road for a couple of these teams here. Russian Street Party versus Cobalt United is the game for tonight here, and I'm happy to try to bring you through it. Good evening, everybody. My name is Ito, and, well, welcome to ESEA Advanced. This is the, third match for, I believe, both these teams here, maybe fourth? Maybe it's a third or fourth. All I know is that these teams, it's not their first foray into the ESEA Advanced season, and both of them have had pretty interesting results. Russian Street Party, unfortunately, have been a little bit downtrodden as of recent, with a 16-7 loss and a very different player than they're used to. They had Mel actually step in, who I'm actually friends with. She's pretty cool, but she didn't really have any practice with the team, so she was just kind of dropped in without any warning, I guess is one way to put it. But that being said, Cobalt United, they've also had a pretty tough road, a 13-16 loss versus SKDC. They're both looking for a win in this next game here, and it's already looking really bad for them because Ajax and Lilo are combining for 3 kills out of nowhere to start this pistol round off with a bang. There's 1 kill going otherwise. That's on to MDN, but for the most part here, it's all blue in the kill feed until Beef gets involved and does a little bit more damage. It's his constant action till the very end, apparently. Beef is able to make things a little bit more interesting for the side of Cobalt United. But it's just that, a little bit interesting. Not a round win, which I'm sure that they are looking forward to start this game off on a good note. And actually might be wrong. I think it was a 16-12 loss to SKDC. Which has a very turbulent rosters, to be fair here. Kind of hard to read a lot of scenarios. Cobalt United, though, I mean, at least they did a little bit better than Russian Street Party did in their last game. That being said, though, Russian Street Party on their own volition and are doing pretty fantastic to start things off here. 1-0 lead, have M4s in play, trying out for an MP9 so they can chase for a little bit of extra damage. It's looking good on this anti-eco round after again, a very turbulent pistol. Exactly what they're going to be looking for. So now, just trying to close the distance over towards the A-bomb site, in particular brackets. MDN will have absolutely none of it, though. And I would say Lilo wouldn't either, but he actually gets taken out by a couple of shots by Clip Sanity. Clip Sanity not able to cause the insanity that we saw from him previously. But he's able to at least get 1 kill for his trouble. Overall, very one-sided anti-eco round for the most part. Russian Street Party will make it 2. Important to mention, by the way, that heading into this game, I actually had no idea who's going to be stepping in as the 5th player for Russian Street Party, considering they've had a pretty tough time replacing Stronglegs, who is the captain at the helm of this ship. He's gone over to Valorant, and he's doing great things in it at the moment, but, you know, big shoes to fill, big leggings to fill. I don't know, Stronglegs, whatever. Anyway, but they've picked up Tor, and, you know, he's off to a pretty decent start. He's 2-0 for now. Cobalt United I'm a little bit more interested in, though, considering this is a roster of a lot of players that I haven't exactly seen that much of. With a full investment coming through from Cobalt United, hasn't exactly made the biggest impression so far early on in this Inferno game, but, you know, things can still change, I suppose. 4 versus 5 as Russian Street Party go for some banana aggression to put themselves off on a very nice start into round number 3. But they'll immediately slow it down, grind it to a halt for now. They don't want to try to push for any more information, maybe give up any kills. That would probably be the worst possible thing that they can do at the moment here. Clip Sanity will try to force the issue, though, but he only has an issue with Note, who's able to find 1 with the MP9. The second doesn't quite go his way, excuse me, as he's traded out by Homer. So 3 versus 3 as the bomb goes down. Not impossible for Russian Street Party to win, but considering that they have an MP9 in the mix here, there's only really one place that I feel comfortable trying to retake with an MP9, and that's Banana. I'm not even sure if that player over towards Banana will have the best of luck. He actually does manage to find that kill onto Beef. Ajax is starting things off on a good note for the side of Russian Street Party, but quickly snuffed out. It will be his teammate Tor. The new addition to the roster is going to be the newest one in the grave, apparently. Another one goes away. This time it's Lilo actually being taking Homer down. As COVID-19, Suffix, as he's actually named, He's able to find one and actually get the spray through. Wait, I didn't even realize it. There was almost no time on the clock there. I can't believe he got that shot through. That's absurd. Well, I wasn't quite prepared for that result, to be completely and entirely honest, but I was really worried about halfway through his spray, but I'm like, the other CT can just get on it. But no, he just sprayed down completely. There's barely any time left on the clock, and Cobalt United find their first off of a round that I guess I wasn't exactly paying the best attention to. Yo, what's up, Determined? How you doing, man? Lilo with a drive-by. Okay, that's a great start. Homer is quickly put into a shallow grave, and Lilo is trying to extend for another in this force-up round from Russian Street Party. Although Beef is able to get one in return, MDN will quickly make work of the player who fell his comrade, and Clip Sandy getting tagged down to good measure. Puts us in a very comfortable position for the side of Russian Street Party early on this Inferno game. So, I mean, already not the greatest of starts. Oh, but they make up for it in kind with a nice little kill on Detour. Even numbers for sure, so that means the Russian Street Party defense has to be split up, but they are already fully executing in towards the B bomb site at the moment. All Note really has to do is just, bide his time, but he can do better. Peek out and find a double kill. Make it a triple two. The Dust 2 editor will be a master on Inferno. It goes to 3-1 now. Russian Street Party, I have to say, really dealt with everything that Cobalt United were throwing at them in a very decent fashion. It was pretty rough after it came down to that 3 versus 3, to be completely honest, but, you know, they dealt with it fine. Wasn't the end of the world. Shots through. Overall, not exactly a convincing buy from the side of Cobalt United, but they'll try their best, obviously. P250s and Deagles to work with. Hell, even a Glock for J-Dubs. Investing practically zero into this overall. Is that Cobalt United, you know, minimal investment, minimal return, that sort of deal. I don't exactly have the highest hopes for this, but maybe Clip Sanity can hit a clip of some sort. Not the best luck. Lilo's trying to extend, maybe get another kill to add to his stat line, but no, he'll back up towards site before he loses his life. This Tease will try to go ahead and push in towards the site now as well, but it's just a very one-sided affair all the way through. There's no kills going the way of Cobalt United, as it's a nice 4-1 start for the Russians. They got to be partying right now. That is one hell of a start for them to get on the CT side of Inferno, but, you know, maybe just trying to get the ball rolling. The T's are not exactly having the best time of it so far. Another full pistol buy coming through from Cobalt United, as they're still looking for a little bit more. Yo, what's up, Determined? How you doing? More pistols in play, more cleanup. I mean, it honestly just feels like a formula at this point. There's more pistols than there are rifles, and maybe pistols can overwhelm the rifle, as we just saw right there. Maybe this formula has some flaws in it. The bomb will go down. 2 versus 3, only pistols, and actually have a MP9 to work with. Becomes a little bit more possible, but still a far cry. And oh man, they got to be crying right now. Homer somehow manages to kind of one-way that smoke over onto MDN and find the kill. What is going on right now? How is this working out so well for Cobalt United? It's a 1 versus 2. Homer is bleeding internally, but there's not really much time on the clock for Lilo to make his move. You'll find the first one and actually get the second, but does he have time? Oh my god, he has time. I didn't realize he had a kit. How does he pull that off? That's absurd. Never mind what I just said about this possibly going the way of Cobalt United, because an insane play from Lilo will convince me otherwise. He was the reason I pointed this out. I pointed him out as the player to watch, and already delivering with my exact reasons why. Round number 7, 5 of which are going to the Russian Street Party, make this a very, very decent affair for them so far. An excursion out into the streets of Italy. It's looking incredibly, incredibly one-sided to start things off here. Lilo, does he actually peek down mid here? You are so... come on, Lilo. You can't just do that to him. Lilo single-handedly taking care of COVID-19. The player, that is. Kind of nice if you could do that in real life, but no, we're still wearing masks out. I'm glad the T's are wearing their face coverings as well here. It's not going to protect them from the bullets, though, that have been landing in their face on the side of Russian Street Party. 3 players of Cobalt United stacked up over towards the banana at the moment. Bomb not in their hands yet. They'll need to grab it, but Clip Sanity is in a really awkward place. He can't exactly do this job by himself. He's probably going to be the dedicated A-Lurk trying to catch a rotation off guard as the rest of his team trying to push it over towards B. At least that's what it looks like from the minimap. But with 45 seconds left on the clock, anything can happen. Indeed. You see something is starting to change up a little. J-Dubs is making his way over towards alt mid to join his teammate in arms. But a player down. Again, it's just doesn't spell confidence for Cobalt United here. They'll do their damnedest. One player holding down the line here as a full execute begins on the A bomb site here. First kill will go the way of the CTs. Second of the round, but first on the actual execute by itself, and Ajax is continuing. Finds a second, including the bomb planter, and this round is as good as over. Homer, just go ahead and save your gun, man. There's almost nothing he can do other than just die before time or save the gun. And he decides to go out swinging, I suppose. The money, not terrible. It's actually way better than I thought it would be from Cobalt United, considering how one-sided this has been so far, but that full loss bonus will do that for you. J-Dubs, a player I pointed out as the one to watch on Cobalt United, off to an 0-7 start. Definitely not the performance that you would hope, maybe you would even expect from J-Dubs, but unfortunately it's a reality that we're staring down. If you're a fan of Cobalt United, it is unfortunate, that is. If you're a Russian Street Party, though, I'm sure maybe you're a little bit more fond of how this is going for them. Early damage from the nade-style banana as well for good measure. Pretty much everything is going the way of the CTs for right now. Again, things can change at any moment. That round, at least had a bit of a close call last time, and well, it's already off to a better start. J-Dubs finds his first kill of the game here. COVID-19 will find a second. And a quick take over towards the B bomb site will make this a very, very tough retake for Russian Street Party to try to pull off. But the bomb hasn't quite gone down yet, nor has it even begun to get planted yet. Still plenty of time to do it, no problem here. It just gives a little bit of time for Russian Street Party to set up over towards CT. It's just going to be a single-pronged attack here. It doesn't exactly inspire confidence, but it'll be swiftly dealt with for the most part. MDN is actually able to find 2 kills. That's really about it. Cobalt United finally find that lovely number 2 on the board and make things a little bit more palatable on this T side. In the last game I casted on Inferno, just actually a couple of minutes before this broadcast started, it was 8-7, but it was a very one-sided CT half for the other team. So, I mean, it's far from over from Cobalt United. Definitely the kind of start that Russian Street Party are looking for after their unfortunate last game versus the ex-core of Serac. Very quiet start so far. Tor will go down, but he didn't exactly have the biggest investment, so I don't feel that bad about it. MDN, though, getting that kill is pretty huge, so takes down Beef, grabs an AK, and even finds a little bit more information to boot here. Another one will go the way of Cobalt United, though, as they seem to double back on actually wanting to end up towards Banana. So they'll grab the bomb and take it from there here. They can keep on playing it slow. They have over a minute to work with. Cobalt United are far from making this the end run for them. Nade up. Notes. Is he actually going to push for a kill here? This is so dangerous to do. But, gotta shoot your shot sometimes. MDN does exactly that here, and well, while he misses with the AWP, he doesn't exactly do the same with a 5-7, able to convert a kill. Same story with Note in his MP9. At 2 versus 2, Ajax coming up from behind, though. Note, he's done really good just holding down the line over towards his triple box. This time fully blinded, doesn't exactly have the same amount of a chance. And now, 1 versus 2. Ajax, perfect lineup on COVID-19. We'll take him out swiftly with a couple of bullets to the dome here. Now he's looking to try to take down Clip Sanity as well here. Hiding behind the fountain will be Clip Sanity here, but that just gives plenty of room and plenty of reason for Ajax to push up. He's able to find the second no problem, and a 1 versus 2 victory make like, I mean, nearly everything is going the way of Russian Street Party. Let me just put it that way. There's 2 rounds going the wayside here, but those have been like really good from the start here. You know, they find the first kill, they execute onto a site cleanly, and they even deny that retake before it has any chance of happening. But right now, RSP are looking fantastic. Nothing seems to be able to slow them down right now, and I don't think these Tech 9s will be the one to do it either. Double Tech 9s, double Deagles, and a Scout. And that Scout is no more. Lilo has been hitting some insane shots right now, I have to say. I don't know how the hell he hit that one. I don't even feel like his op was fully accurate at that point. Lilo trying to hit the nice little quick flick. Doesn't quite get it. Tries to go for the Kenny S shot, but he's no Kenny S. Not quite, at least. If he keeps hitting shots like that first one, though, I don't know. I might be convinced otherwise. For right now, though, excuse me, it's all blue in the kill feed. Cobalt United, they are not exactly making this work on the eco. Best case scenario at this point would be, you know, try to get that bomb down. They have a smoke to try to get the job done, but I really don't see this going much further than apartments. Ajax holding down the line. COVID is able to find 1 kill, sure, but quickly traded out by the pit player in question. Pulled off a 1v2 this round, and he practically 1v2'd them from the pit right there. They weren't looking in his direction, and very one-sided game so far, I have to say. I'd argue that one-sided games are probably the most tough to commentate, but we haven't been really given a lot of meat from the side of Cobalt United just yet. Did my stream freeze? That's kind of weird. I'm sorry about that. Looks like my bitrate is fine. I'm dropping frames, but only a couple. Thanks for letting me know. I don't really know why that happened, but should be fine like now. I'm not dropping frames anymore, but they're dropping players, Russian Street Party. I'm looking at my stream stats, but I need to be looking at the player stats apparently, because it's insanely one-sided for Cobalt United in round number 11 here. They're getting all the kills as they flood out towards the A-bomb site, and I barely have any time to even think about what's going on, and suddenly it's over for Russian Street Party. They can use the time before that bomb detonates to actually talk about things for a little bit more, find out what went so horribly wrong, because as I was looking to find out how many frames dropped, they just all dropped out of balcony. Came out with a bang. Thank you, Fusion. Yeah, or thank you, Cheesy, rather. Pretty one-sided affair in that round. Cobalt definitely need a little bit more like that, though. A little bit of a motivational booster. Been really one-sided so far. 8-7 kind of seems like a pipe dream at this point, but if they can pull it off, that would be pretty incredible. Although CTs, they have the money to buy here. Or do they? Is their money actually way worse than I thought? Well, I have a couple of pistols. That's no problem there. I guess not nearly as much money as I would have hoped, though. But they have Lilo on the AWP. He's probably the big scary person to pay attention to. 13-7 right now. Might have a chance to make it 14 in just a couple of seconds here. Watching for the half wall boost at the moment. That smoke aggressive seems to basically just say, please boost me, boost me. They aren't quite staying up for it though. Playing anti-flash, waiting for that smoke to fade here. As the flash comes through, Lilo desperately retreats and backs up over towards CT for dear life. Clings on to that AWP for dear life as well, and he's going to take someone's dear life. On top of that, it is just all deer, and it is looking fantastic for Russian Street Party on a pistol save of all things. They have that single AWP, which has done work. Sure, but MDN being able to find a kill on top of that, plus a good tag on Homer, is a really good start. Why is this working out so well for Russian Street Party? They are collapsing upon the B bomb site here, and J-Dubs is going to try to make it happen, but he just can't. Cobalt United are overwhelmed as they take over B, but they're taken over just as quickly. 9 rounds. This is honestly absurd at this point. Insanely fast retakes coming through. The 5-7s are probably the most overwhelming factor in that round, more so than the AWP. Sure, Lilo getting that kill, that was great. That was, fantastic news. But it was like those pistols that I feel like were huge. Big chunks of damage done made it so the players on Cobalt United, after they got the bomb down, they basically just had to play super safe and got traded out from there. That's the magic of CS, I suppose. Maybe mysteries will be popping up that I just don't quite know how to answer. But a force-up of all rounds, one from Russian Street Party. Just kind of show difference in caliber right now on the CT versus the T side. Maybe things will change as, in just a couple of rounds, Cobalt United will be able to swap over to the defensive side. But at the moment, this is seeming insanely good for Russian Street Party right now. I have to say, Tor had big shoes to fill, but he's been doing a decent job at it so far, if I say so myself. Also, incredible performances from everybody else on the team, don't get me wrong. Speaking of which, Lilo with an incredible performance so far. Holy hell, Homer. So wise to just be 100% trained on that angle. Patience plays off, and he's able to actually convert the kill on top of that. That's great news for Cobalt United. Exactly the sort of start in the round that they needed. Russian Street Party gambling on their defense. Think that's going to be an A-site hit. They have the right idea so far. They just need to try to scratch out the rest of these slots, and maybe they'll find bingo. Smokes through. Russian Street Party. They spotted a player. MDN spotted a player, excuse me. Ajax is going to try to hold down the balcony, and he does perfectly. Finds a double kill. Drops the bomb. Oh, God, they dropped the bomb. And Ajax is caught reloading. Nearly finds a kill. What is going on right now? This is actually kind of absurd. Russian Street Party, excuse me. I have no clue how they win that round. That double stack over towards balcony. I understand that. Got that double kill. That was huge. Backed off into pit. Got stuck mid reload and took a while to die. This is a really strange game so far, I have to say. And it's a bit rough to watch if you're a fan of Cobalt United. I think it's quite obvious to say that this is far from the result that they wanted. Considering especially that they got that off to a 4 versus 5. They've been unable to exactly capitalize upon that success. Especially since they had all the good things going for them too. Again, the things that have made this a 3-round score, the things that have gotten them to that 3 rounds so far have been getting those early picks and being able to execute safely off of it. But Russian Street Party, they were wise to it. Stacked the right area of the map and really dealt with it perfectly. Not sure what Cobalt United exactly needed to do differently, but I think it's something that they can probably look back on and try to figure out for themselves. It's a 5 versus 5, looking to make an A execute happen here. Russian Street Party again have 3 players over towards A right now. Not exactly sure who's calling the shots at the moment for RSP. But they have a really decent read on what Cobalt United are trying to pull off right now. MDN right in the middle of the smoke over towards brackets might have complete control over Cobalt if they aren't looking at him. He's 14-7 right now. Oh, and he kept right behind the smoke right now. It's a one-and-done position to start with, but he doesn't even find the one. It's an unfortunate reality for him here, and this is looking more and more convincing as time goes by. Ajax will hold down pit, though. He actually gets that second kill. That's absurd. How does he get 3? Why are Russian Street Party getting so much value out of their players? I don't understand it. It happens time and time again. Ajax, he did his job in dividends. It's paying off. A full payout will come through in the way of an 11th round for sure. Oh, but Cobalt United will try to convince me otherwise. J-Dubs will try to convince me otherwise. But it's a very weak argument. 2 kills, but the third one was a little bit shaky. Who else but the new blood to step up and finish up the job? 11-3. I nearly counted that one out, but J-Dubs, maybe he only has 5 kills right now, the bottom fragger in the server, but he gave it a real college try for that one. Decent damage done, but overall, the round isn't there. 3 players over towards B to start things off. Russian Street Party, are they... Wait, is this the Astralis setup? This is the Astralis setup, I think. Shots banana setup. I like it. They don't quite hit the nades the exact same way here, but they're hitting the site the exact same way as they were last time, Cobalt United. This time they're taking it through brackets incredibly quickly. That quicker pace has done them well before. And they're looking for number 4 here. Might have a chance to do it. Ajax, no longer holding in pit, is actually holding from a very dangerous angle over towards Porch. Able to find the first kill. The second one, as the smoke fades, hasn't actually converted into a kill. Ajax actually kills his poor teammate more than anything. But surprisingly, it's still 2 versus 2. Better than I would have thought, to be completely and totally honest. Well, there goes that. Tor looking the wrong direction. Stuck between a rock and a hard place, and although it's 11-4 for Cobalt United, it's still a very lukewarm T-side half. Some of these rounds just go by insanely quickly as well. I mean, it feels like Russian Street Party. By the time I'm done talking about what happened in the round previously, the next round is nearly over. 4-11. Again, far, far cry from what I think Cobalt United would have wanted. But it's something, you know? I mean, if they got off to a good start with a pistol, you know, win those rounds, win the follow-ups, the scoreline isn't that scary. It's still scary. I mean, I think 4-11, no matter how you try to slice it, is relatively one-sided, but I don't know. It's far from impossible, let me put it that way. All the victories, or the victory that Cobalt United have had over at iSync actually went down to double OT, so, you know, maybe we're going to be seeing double OT again. All the games that they have played so far in this regular season have been either close wins or close losses. Maybe this will be one of them. Right now, it's looking awfully one-sided. A little bit of a break before we head into halftime, or before we get into the second half. Trying to think, I mean, Cobalt United, I like that fast pace that they're doing. Unfortunately, it took a little bit too long to actually fully adapt to. And by that time, Russian Street Party already had a very nice amount of kills and rounds in their favor, most importantly. Now, think about how many times Russian Street Party were able to find that first kill. Pretty absurd. Definitely a good amount to reflect on. Russian Street Party getting away with probably a lot more than they would have thought. We'll now have to do it on the aggressor side of things. 4-11. Cobalt United, probably with not the performance that we expected them to be coming out the gates with, as Russian Street Party have been able to get a flurry of insanely quick rounds at times, sometimes insanely one-sided as well. One of which was actually the pistol round, which I'm sure Cobalt United practically need at this point if they want to try to make a more convincing argument for themselves in this game. COVID-19 actually pushed down over towards the late part of mid. Just trying to cause a bit of damage, but actually damage is exchanged over towards apartments more so than anywhere else. Beef is basically bleeding internally right now. Ajax is trying to close the distance with his Glock, and it'll actually be MDN to finish off the player. There's a player going through trenches. That's actually COVID-19, but it's snuffed out. It's disinfected. And RSP, oh god, it's continuing. It is just still so one-sided. Russian Street Party, hell, Ajax, let me keep an eye on him. He could even get a knife if he want to at this point. No. He's going to do them the due diligence of not knifing down the player, which he could have gotten that free kill on. But Cobalt United, this was a round they so desperately needed, and they don't even have that going into their hands anymore. Homer gets the first kill, but it's still a 1 versus 4. I mean, he has a kit. If he can, like, try to force a defuse, maybe he has a chance. He gets a second kill. You can see him starting, you know, to get his blood pumping a little bit more. He's feeling a little bit more confident, but he can believe all he wants. There's still a double stack over towards Graveyard, and there's a third player over towards Banana. His options are basically nil. We'll go down to the grave, knowing that he got 2 players to add to his kill tally. 12-4. This is absurd. The scoreline just is extremely daunting. I mean, this is almost surely going to be number 13 on the side of RSP as well. This kind of feels like a, you know, expected at this point, really. Pistol spot up from Cobalt United. You can do some cheeky things if you try to stack up towards the A side of Inferno. That is exactly one of those cheeky things that I'm talking about. Doesn't quite work out to the results that they would have hoped, but they at least find 1 kill for their trouble. Traded out in 3. Yeah, never mind. Forget what I said about Cobalt United possibly being able to pull it off in this round here. They had a decent start, but they got all slaughtered from there on out. At this point, Cobalt United, pretty much the only thing that they can do is get a couple of exit frags for good measure. They're just not having a good time right now. I just don't even know. Lilo's caught off guard. And his position is given away, J-Dubs. So he will just try to retreat, maybe take it from a different angle instead. But there is a target painted on his back, and, you know, someone wanted to claim that bounty. Three rounds is all that Russian Street Party need to close this one out. And considering that they might have a chance to get another one on the board right here, makes things ever more scary for Cobalt United. I mean, Russian Street Party, they haven't exactly had the best results in the season so far. Now, yeah, sure, the season is still young. But I mean, versus Schnauzer Peak, they had a 16-11 win, so it was already considerably closer than this has been. And against ESEA, that was actually a very one-sided loss, but, you know, that was just a really good team. I mean, that team nearly made it to MDL. I think they finished like 4th place in Advanced last season. So, I mean, that would just kind of make sense. Plus, they had a brand new roster. That being said, this is also a brand new roster, as I think I mentioned previously from Russian Street Party. I mean, Tor is standing in for Strong Legs, so I don't know. Maybe just Cobalt United weren't quite prepared. I don't know what it is, but they need one hell of a glow up right now. A force up, fully through from the CT side. Russian Street Party not respecting that social distancing whatsoever. Will try to close that 6-foot gap with their Mac 10s that they have in hand, but Beef will punish as he is able to find that first kill. Traded out in kind, though, will be Ajax and Lilo, both picking up a kill apiece. Rotates quickly coming in from Cobalt United, but a very strong position for Russian Street Party to be in, as they now just have to wait out this bomb. 2 AKs to work with means that they are in a very comfortable place. Oh, Clip Sanity, he has to save it. Or is he looking for flanks? I mean, surely they don't go for this, right? COVID-19 and Homer, both with pistols, minimal investment. I mean, Homer actually, I think, would be better off using a Zeus at this point. I don't know. 14-4. Oh, no. Oh, well, at least I get the kill. That's a Mac 10. Not something you're going to use for this next round, probably, Homer, but it's something. It's a nice little consolation prize to take home with you. But 2 rounds of difference, and finally we get to see the full gun round come through from Cobalt United. But they're going to need to pull off a lot of these, and they're going to need to do it in a very convincing fashion, barely dropping anything. 10 rounds the difference between both of these teams, and this would have to be a miraculous comeback if Cobalt United want to win this one. They want to move up that ladder of ESEA Advanced a little bit more. They're going to need this one. Their bye will be broken if they were to lose it, obviously, and then things become considerably harder to win, if you can imagine that. Already much better start, though. The headlines are looking slightly better. Clip Sanity is able to find that first kill over towards Apartments. So he takes down MDN. Flash play in over towards mid, but double stack of players over towards Arches means that they have a lovely crossfire in action here, and it's nearly over. Homer nearly pulls off an incredible spray transfer, excuse me. He finds 2. Cobalt United, they stay alive for now, but they need to keep this up. Surely there's no way that Note wins a 1 versus 3 like this. I love that double stack that Cobalt United had over towards Arch side, though. That was, I mean, honestly perfect. Something, though, that I think Russian Street Party can work away, or work around, rather. No, finds the first. 1 versus 2, though. Caught with his knife out. Cobalt United, I mean, again, I can say that they're staying alive, but that's basically where the praise ends. I can also compliment how they played Arch side there, how they had that player pushing aggressively over towards apartments. That's about it. There's going to have to be a lot more where that came from. Let me just put it that way. Not the end of the line for Cobalt United just yet, sure, but they don't really have much leeway either. Number 19, or number 20, excuse me, math is hard. A 3-2 split for Cobalt United over towards B. Banana control being seized by the Russian street party as well. They're going to be having a party in the streets of Italy at the moment. They are all in there at the moment, with only Note being left behind. Has a MAC-10, just kind of lurking with it. Looking to be making a fast execute over towards B. Not really breaking, the boundaries. Not really changing up the playbook all too much here. It's just going to be a straightforward execute onto the site. Maybe they can try to overwhelm the CTs here. Cobalt United, this is going to be a real litmus test. See if they can deal with it in kind here. J-Dubs is doing a good job of it so far here as they find the first kill. Traded out, though, will be Beef as he's able, or as Ajax is able to find a double kill. Actually taking down the player over towards Coffins as well, but COVID has yet to be spotted. They look over towards Dark, but Ajax basically just presents his head on a silver platter here. Traded out again by Note, though. Homer is quick on the rotate. Russian street party. And a 2 versus 1 here. Lilo gonna get caught off guard here, and actually Clip Sanity pulls it off, sitting in the smoke. He's a smoke criminal. They basically lined up for him right there. I didn't think Clip Sanity was gonna be able to get away with that, but he does. Okay, I'm starting to believe a little bit more now, Cobalt. A 1 versus 2 win like that, it's not a sustainable way to win rounds, but it's another one that they have. Another pause comes through. Russian street party going to be on a save for this one. They have absolutely zero reason to force up either. They'll have, 2,400 coming into their pockets. They can easily buy down to about 2K and have enough for full buy next round. So, Tor could even splurge a little bit. Half Armored Eagle. I don't really know. Russian street party. This should be kind of a gimme round for Cobalt. Let me just put it that way. Very minimal investment, as expected. Notes. Grenades. Has the right idea, but no one's pushing apartments aggressively. 3 stack of Cobalt players over towards A right now. And they passed that first test. Cobalt United being able to deal with that B execute. They did, well, okay. They passed with like a C, Not exactly incredible, but they made it. Not exactly sustainable, though. Already getting knocked down a peg in this round here. Russian street party. They only had Deagles and P250s to work with here, so it's kind of the expected result. Another kill goes the way of Cobalt as well. This is honestly a pretty important round when it comes to at least building up a little bit of momentum and money. Because honestly, you start winning an eco round in convincing fashion, you start telling your teammates in TeamSpeak like, all right, come on guys, we got this, we got this. Nice little shot from Ajax. MDN is able to get a second. How do they get a bomb plant out of this? That is absurd. I mean, sure, they lose out from here most likely unless MDN or Ajax go absolutely absurd. But this is already way too close for comfort off of a round that should have just been technically given. Tree is cleared out. Spray and the trade is there, but, as expected, Cobalt cleanup. 7-14. Okay. We're getting there. They have now half the rounds that Russian street party have. But CT side is where, the magic can happen. Have a little bit more money in their bank here. Not exactly the most convincing anti-eco victory, but they gave it the old college try. Full investment across both sides. Means that's going to be equal footing for the both of them. First kill is honestly going to matter so much for this, I feel. Especially since Cobalt United might not want to go for some of that aggressive pushing that they have done previously in rounds past. How does J-Dubs not get that kill there? He has just been absolutely stolen. Luckily, Beef will be able to trade it back, though, and deny any early 5 versus 3. So it's in a 4 versus 4, still even game, but as I've said plenty of times before, 4 versus 4 pretty much always favors the T side. They can split the defense any way they wish. In Cobalt United, pretty much all they can do is just keep 2 at either site or gamble stack over towards one area, and they go for the gamble stack. Maybe that rotate will want to come back over towards B, though, because COVID-19 has to hold on top of flower pots as the entirety of the Russian street party all start heading into his crosshairs. Being quiet, though. They're playing this kind of contact right now here. Smoke will go out. COVID-19 playing anti-flash. They haven't checked on top of flower pots. Why didn't they check on top of flower pots? That changes things considerably. That means it's a free kill for Cobalt United. Free rotations coming through. And maybe not as secure of a round as Russian Street Party would have hoped. Still utility to work with. It's not impossible, again, for either side here, but it becomes a lot less possible when you lose a player like Tor here. Banana control is taken and given to Russian Street Party here, but all the players of Cobalt United are really coming from the CT side right now. Note is holding the line over towards Banana, but is smoked off here. Now full rotations start coming in from Cobalt United here. Lilo is holding the line, gets a first kill. Doesn't quite... And the second one just yet. Wasn't that Lilo? No! What? Why do they all line up for him? Oh, Jesus Christ, no! That's the worst thing they could have done. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, Jesus. Notes. Holy hell. Your team is crazy. Lilo is crazy. No, also I love you. By the way, you're awesome. You're cool. Love your editing and your articles. Anyway, that's enough of my fanboy session for a while here. I think this has been a bit spoiled for me. 15-7, Cobalt United forcing up everything they can. I'm still riding off the high of what happened last round. Lilo, that is something I don't think I'll ever see almost ever again. Cobalt United are giving this the old college try, but it's nothing more than a try at the end of the day. They have not graduated from that college try that they have given, and it ends just like that. Ends with a whimper, not a bang more than anything. It's insanely one-sided, to say the very least here. A lot of rounds that, I'll be honest here, I did not count Russian Street Party as winning. They actually did manage to win. Anyway, no, thank you for tuning in, by the way. I appreciate you supporting it. But, I mean, hell, I don't even know what to say about that game. Cobalt United, they can keep their heads up. They had a couple of round wins that they can feel confident about, and they still have a pretty even record in the season. That being said, though, I mean, Russian Street Party with a new addition of, excuse me, what's the player? Tor. I almost forgot that name for a second. They're looking real good. 1-2, maybe not the scoreline that they're looking for, Cobalt United, but they still have plenty of more games to play. That is going to do it for me, though. I'll try to maybe see if I can cover some of their future games, but that's still up in the air. Thank you guys all so much for watching. No, don't worry. If you enjoyed this cast whatsoever, please feel free to follow me on my Twitter or my Twitch. You're watching my Twitch right now, so it'd be nice if you were to follow, but it's okay if you don't want to. Same story with my Twitter. It's ItoKP. And I'll see you guys very, very soon. Thank you, and have a good night.